Okay, so welcome everyone. I think we'll just get started here, and we might be joined by some others. And again, my apologies for the technical issues with the email, but anyway, we'll get on that next time. But thanks so much for showing up here. And what we're doing here each month is building this field of coherence, both for the movement and also for ourselves, empowering and activating our own deeper essence, working with different qualities each month. Tonight, we're going to work with the quality of compassion. And so we're doing this, my name's David Nicol, for those of you who don't know me, and I'm with Earth Rising. And we're offering this meditation series in collaboration with One Nation as a service to One Nation. And it's, so we're offering this both to empower ourselves as leaders and empower our own sovereignty, but also to establish kind of coherence in the movement as a whole, to build the field as in the movement as a whole. So one thing we do at the start of each of these calls is get an update from Christopher about what's happening at the leading edge of One Nation, and that can help sort of give us the context for what we're doing here together. So Christopher, please go ahead. Oh, you're on mute, Christopher.
How's that?
Yeah.
All right. Thank you, David, again for hosting, and welcome everyone. I'll keep it really short and sweet today, but everything's moving forward, and it's one step at a time on this road. And those that are working and collaborating in the One Nation field and One Nation team, we're saying yes to participating in really deep societal transformation. And it turns out that we as individuals need to go through a lot of really deep transformation ourselves to align with that ideal and that vision. And so I find myself going through really deep transformations, breakthroughs, releasing old ways of thinking, releasing old ways of being, a lot of crying, feeling unconscious patterns, releasing and moving through. So I was crying quite a bit today, crying quite a bit. And that's what's most on my heart, mind in this moment. One Nation HQ. We just put the deposit down on that beginning on April 1st. And thanks for making those types of things possible. So that's exciting. We'll be building our internship program and really generating the produce video, social media on a daily basis. And we see that as the absolute foundation upon which we can build the rest of our mission. So that's all coming online in a big way. And there's just a lot up in the air right now with American politics. It feels like everything is preparing people for something fundamentally new, something fundamentally transformative, synergistic, holistic, integrative. And that's exactly what we're offering. And so we're enthusiastic and optimistic to see how the rest of this year continues to play out as we attract more and more people into the One Nation field, and that we, with our organizational systems, our media, and who we are as individuals and leaders and how we grow our network is all positioned well to receive what we hope to be a groundswell of engagement and support and participation from Americans and people around the world, excited and enthusiastic for what we're doing throughout the rest of this year. So it is a mystery. It is our energetic, coherent basis. Indeed, together we rise. Thank you very much. Back to you, David.
Okay, awesome. Thanks, Christopher. And again, welcome everyone. If you've just joined, just want to welcome Bonnie and Brock, Cynthia, Jim, Lee, Susan, Tommy, and Christopher. So it's great to have you here. So I was saying at the beginning, each month in these meditations, what we're doing is cultivating a different quality of our shared essence to build a coherent field to help build our culture in One Nation, but also for ourselves individually. And this month we're working with compassion, and chose this month because there is a lot of fear circulating in the collective right now with the coronavirus, and obviously there's a lot of turbulence in the political arena that's ongoing, and it's a good time to bring in this quality of compassion. You know, compassion is a healing quality. It's soothing. It helps us with difficulty to be with the difficulty with kindness, with sensitivity. It returns us to the whole. And one thing I wanted to say about working with compassion is we usually think of compassion in relation to painful places in ourselves when we're hurt or when we're contracted or suffering. But compassion can actually also be necessary when we've had a big opening, when we've had a big expansion. And we might normally think of those places as, well, they're great. Why would we need compassion? But often what happens is our familiar self identity is not comfortable in those places of expansion. It's not familiar. And so we want to snap back into our more restricted self. So when we have a big opening, it can be helpful to actually bring kindness and compassion to that place. It helps to stabilize the expansion, helps us to be with it without snapping back to our more familiar self. So we're going to work with compassion in both of those ways, with the contracted parts and the expanded parts. So we're going to go into the meditation now. And at the end of the meditation, we'll play a song, and it can be helpful to move the energies through in a more embodied way with the song. And then after the song would come back for sharing in the main group. So I'd invite you to turn off your videos for the meditation part so we can just be within, not distracted. And please just now close your eyes and let's all just take a few deep breaths together. Just entering in more deeply and fully to this moment. Letting yourself settle and arrive and relax. And just embracing whatever's here for you, whatever's true for you in this moment. Whatever feelings or sensations are up for you, letting them be just exactly as they are. Please bring your awareness and presence to your heart center now in the middle of your chest, and take a few deeper breaths in and out of your heart center. And just remembering your heart, the qualities of the heart. Invite you to open to a sense of gratitude in the heart for this chance to come together in this way. This important time, knowing that we need each other to draw out the full healing depth and power of this field. Bringing your awareness down now to your feet, your legs, your pelvis, places where you make contact with the ground. Starting to open your awareness to the vast living presence of the earth. Feeling the support of the earth beneath you. And then sensing your awareness reaching down into the earth like you are like a tree that is sending roots down into the earth. Opening a channel of connection between you and the living energies of the earth. Feeling that those roots of awareness are drawing up into your body and being the nourishing energies of the earth. And as those energies fill you more and more, sense that your awareness is opening now, like a tree opens its branches to the light from the sun and the stars. Receiving that light, letting it cleanse and purify your whole being. Opening a channel of connection between you and the vast creative energies of the cosmos. Please see and feel that light all around you now, creating a healthy membrane, a healthy boundary, bringing a sense of integrity and wholeness to your whole system. Being present here is your very deepest and truest self. Please extend your awareness now to the presence of everyone who's on this call. And let's include those who will participate later via the recording. And just sensing our shared group presence. drawn together with a common calling and intention. Sensing our group field forming just by our awareness of each other's presence. Deeper self to deeper self. See and feel a membrane of light around our group field, creating a sense of deeper integrity and wholeness in our group space. We welcome into this field our relations from the earth realms, the minerals, plants, the animals, the forests, the rivers, the mountains, becoming permeable to their life-giving energies, their native wisdom. And we open together to the one presence that permeates all levels and dimensions of reality. Please bring your awareness back to our group field. I invite you to imagine that we're gathered in a circle. And on the inside circumference of our circle, I invite you to visualize, to see and to feel a filter of golden light. Allows us to pass through in our essence while holding gently but firmly all other energies for the duration of our practice. Please bring your awareness now back to your own being and start to connect with this quality of your nature that is compassion. Compassion is intrinsic to our very consciousness, part of the stuff that we're made of. You may think of a situation that may have evoked your compassion as a way of connecting with the feeling, the presence of this quality. This part of us that responds to pain or suffering, difficulty, with attuned sensitivity, with empathy and understanding. Soothing, healing quality. I invite you to sense this part of your being as a green liquid light. Soothing, healing, green liquid light of your real kindness and compassion. And then to sense this green liquid light of your being starting to extend now from where you are and coming into the very center of our field, passing through that filter of light. And sense we're starting to come closer together. Our kindness and compassion, streams of green liquid light meeting and mingling and merging in the very center of our field. Noticing what it feels like for our compassion and kindness to mix together. Our sensitivity blending. And just keeping our presence and awareness in the very center of our circle, noticing what is forming. Sensing our compassion pooling together, creating together a beautiful, rich pool of our shared kindness and compassion. Take a moment to sense the richness and the depth and the strength of this healing pool of our shared compassion. Our shared capacity to be with what is, with sensitivity and kindness. Sensing this pool of compassion starting to become its own source of healing, sensitivity, kindness. And sensing this presence starting to grow in the center of our circle, the green liquid light of our shared compassion starting to spill over. And sensing some streams or tributaries of that pool spilling over, and some of them starting to flow towards you. Invite you to breathe in those streams, that green liquid light, breathing it in to your body, to your being, feeling those tributaries of kindness flowing through your whole field, bathing you in that healing presence. And I invite you to sense if there are any places in you that could use compassion, places that experiencing some difficulty or pain, or places in you that are very expanded. Feeling the healing balm of this compassion, holding those places, allowing them to be without any judgment. And recognize that this presence of green liquid light that's circulating through your field contains something of the very essence of every one of us, something of the kindness of every one of us. That we're supporting each other on a deep level to move into more compassion and kindness. Please start to bring your awareness and presence once more back into the center of our field. Sensing we're starting to come together again in our shared essence of compassion, kindness, cleansed now at an even deeper level, even fuller now, meeting and mixing and merging this healing balm of kindness, pooling together, reservoir of kindness and compassion. And let's sense that we're asking here that all the forces of kindness and compassion throughout the universe to come through this portal. To help bring through kindness and compassion as a guiding light for the evolution of our movement. Sensing the energy in this pool starting to grow once more, starting to spill out again over the banks of this pool and tributaries and streams of green liquid light. Our shared compassion naturally emanating, expanding out from beyond our circle now. And sense these tributaries of compassion extending to the people in our lives, those we have contact with, relationships with, feeling that we're transmitting this quality, this healing kindness to all of those people. Helping them to be where they are without judgment. And then feeling these tributaries of compassion being transmitted from those people to the people that they know, and rippling out wider and wider. Seeing and feeling these tributaries of green liquid light expanding, rippling out across the whole country, across the whole planet. As the music plays, I invite you to let these energies of kindness and compassion move through you, through your body. Sense that we're one moving, dynamic, dancing field of compassion. Okay, gently coming back where you are located on the planet, 3D reality, feeling your sovereignty as a unique and autonomous individual, but still deeply interconnected with each other and with this field of compassion. Open up a space here for sharing. We got a bit of a late start today, so we're at the top of the hour, but if you can stay on, I would like to share anything about your experience. Then the floor is open. If you're calling in on the phone, you hit *6 to unmute. If you're on the computer, just unmute your own line in the bottom left of the control panel.
David, this is Leah.
Hi, Lee.
Hi. Thank you so much. So happy that you stayed with it and to reach us so that we can have this experience. Even for me, the highlight was when we were all together and there was the invitation for the one presence, the all present, to flow through the field that we were aware of, that we ourselves were creating from the integrity that was so real. That was so real for me. It's a responsibility, and it's a joyful responsibility that we have available to us when we come together in this way. So when we're not even thinking about it, because as you guided us, the compassion is there. And so thank you so much for helping us to access that in a very authentic way. Really appreciate it.
Thank you so much, Lee. It's really beautiful what you're saying and the presence that you bring to this. And it is, I feel like what we're doing, we are aligning with the real. It is real. And that's where the power is that this is not something we're making up. We're aligning with what's true in ourselves and in relation to the whole. But thank you for saying it as you did.
Thank you.
Who else would like to share?
I will. I felt an overwhelming sense of peace and gratitude, as well as compassion for our groups, for our family. Like, these are the things that I really want to share with and pass down to my posterity.
Mm.
These are the moments in that connection. And it was pretty awesome to feel connected to each of you plus others.
Mhm.
And that's something I am looking forward to doing more often.
Mm.
So I'm very grateful
Mm.
for this experience. Thank you.
Thank you so much, brother. I really feel that. Thank you. I'll just leave it open for another minute or so if there's something that wants to be shared.
I'll just pop in and say thank you, David, for always holding such powerful space and being our guide on these journeys into the interior and into the energetic planes. And again, I think there's a theme into the space that's always there, available for us, and reminding us that it's always there. So, you know, we don't take your time for granted. Your every month showing up prepared, in a state where you can to facilitate us and getting there. So, just want to really say big thank you from the whole group to you that's on live and that has been on live on the series over this last year. It's not a small thing for you to said yes to this commitment, and you know, it's still this kind of like 10, 20 people on a call, but I think we all know that we're preparing the field for something to come.
Right.
And there's a certain dignity of this consistency of these meditations with a smaller quantity of people, knowing that that we're ready and we're preparing the energetic field for whatever wants to happen next. So I love this practice with you, David. If it was just you and me, you know, we'd be rocking it out.
Yeah. That's how we started.
Totally, it's how we started. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you, brother. And, you know, it's a deep joy and an honor for me to be doing this with all of you. So it's it's not a burden. It's an honor. And look forward to seeing you all next month. And also, it's just a reminder, it can be helpful to know that you can just sort of call on the field, invoke the field beyond this meditation when you might need it. You know, there's support there when you feel like you might need some compassion. So just know you can call on that. And let's just take another 20 seconds of silent gratitude to each other and to the field or the forces that we called in as a way of sealing this portal for today. Okay, thank you, everyone. I'm going to unmute the line so we can say goodbye. Namaste. See you next time.
All right. Good night, everyone.
Good night,
Good
everyone.
Blessings. See you next
Good
month.
night.
Night all.
Good night. Thank you so
Jen
much. I'll
and
be
Leah and
invoking.
Cynthia and Bonnie and
Thank
Jill and
you.
Naomi.
Thank you.
Good night, everyone.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Good night.
Very great.
I love you all.
Thank you.